E at the double E. I'm Techno Lord, and I will be your host for today's adventure. Alright guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to go over the gear I was using last weekend. But this is the gear loadout I was using. Note some pros, some cons, some places I want to improve. I mentioned earlier that I was in the military and we had a certain way of packing. Now you can kind of see some telltale signs of that in here. Poncho, wet weather bags, the whoopee, and then also civilian camping as a kid. A couple of pots, the sleeping bag, the tent, and those are some kind of hangovers from that. And with this series, I want to kind of blend that into a bushcraft mindset. So what do I need to lose? Where can I improve? Where can I shave weight? Where can I make upgrades? What worked and what didn't work? So to get started over here with kind of what the whole loadout is built around, the pack I'm using. This pack is an SOG pack that I've had for over a decade now. I did some looking and I could not find this pack for sale anymore. And I have no idea what the volume is. I know it's pretty hefty and it has an expandable pocket back here in the back. So it gets bigger. So it kind of xylophones out with a two different size main compartment. Really heavily built. A lot of pockets, a lot of space. I've got my first aid kit attached to that on a rip-away system. So it's got a Velcro liner and this buckle strap. And I'm not going to go into the contents of that today, maybe in another video. But this is more of a oversized boo-boo kit. This is not a trauma kit. There's a tourniquet, but no chest seals or anything like that. Burn patches, splints, stuff like that you would need around a campfire. A little bit of a hygiene kit here. Pretty simple. Some deodorant, some mouthwash, and some baby wipes. Just some bare necessity. Oh, some foot powder. You gotta protect your feet. I have this little secondary pouch that I was carrying this weekend. Go bag. Once we're out there. This is in my way, so we're going to cover this. This is my sleeping bag. It's a small sleeping bag. A note about gear maintenance. Your sleeping bags and things like your whoopies, anything that has a multi-layer fluff to it, don't store them in the compressed form. You'll smash all that together, and then when you go to use it, you'll have ruined its insulative value. So leave it airy and light and uncompressed. They'll serve you better. My military issue beanie. Always keep that in my bag. Gerber multi-tool, keep that in my bag. This was, I think, the Suspension Next. This model has an awl on it, which is why I particularly chose this model. A little fire kit here, and just a little pelican case. I've got a Bic lighter, my ferrocerium rod. I've also got some jute twine in here to make a tinder bundle out of. And then I've got a blow tube. I've got a little fishing kit here, USGI knee pad inserts. And I use these in front of the tent door, next to the fireplace, next to where I'm chopping wood. Keep your knees out of the dirt. Keep your pants clean. USGI rain poncho, my primary wet weather gear. Also part of my sleep system to sleep on. USGI wet weather bag. These are really, really robust bags. They're what I used when I was in the Army. And so they're kind of what I'm still using now. We've got the Life Tent 2-man bivvy. This model came with its own ridgeline. I was also using the Teton sleeping bag liner. Moving into our food stuff, I have a straw filter for water purification, and then my water bottle for this trip, just a simple single layer stainless steel bottle, a frying pan, and a pot. Plate out of an older Coleman cook set, and then I have the Stanley camp cup with lid and insulated coffee cups. My handkerchiefs, I'm not running a shamag or anything like that at the moment. Like I said, I'm going with what I had. I've always kept a couple of handkerchiefs in my cook kit since I was a kid. Rags, dish towels, holding the pot handles when they're hot, using them for that filter and water job, multifunctional. Some cooking seasonings, this little tripod rig, which this is a nice chain. It's got a real big pot hook on it. Used in this little egg container for breakfast. The wife was skeptical on this piece, but this one worked really well. For the rest of the food, I've got a wax canvas lunch bag here. I did have this SOS emergency food pack, which is a 3-day food ration. It's 3,600 calories. Instant coffee. Did have some protection with us. Had some spare rounds for our platform 12 gauge. We do have a scabbard to carry it in. We have our tent. It's a 2 to 3 man. The box says all season, but I don't recommend this for, less than 40 degrees. However, the box does say all seasons. Dirty clothes bag. I was carrying a headlamp here. Battery packs. This one's a 10,000 volume of storage. And then this one is a 20,000 hour. And this one has a little solar panel. One of my favorite components here is my Puma SGB Buffalo Hunter. This little dagger I was also carrying with me. I was also carrying a secondary backup knife. This is a Gerber knife. I've got a spool of 550 cord here. The saw I was using is the Fiskars 10-inch limb saw. Spool of duct tape. And then we've got the Fiskars 9-inch bush axe. This tool may be the one that impressed me the most. The Inion is some weird name off of Amazon. But this one disappointed me the most. This one is leaving circulation. The last piece of equipment I had with me was my walking stick. This one is a reclaimed dogwood tree. So that's the gear I took out. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. This has been Techno Lord with our first time gear list. We'll catch you next time.